Hey there thinkers, welcome back to Critical Hit. My name is Est, and we've got some bad news for Tomb Raider fans out there. If you haven't heard, the new game looks like it's going to turn out just terrible. So let's get into this. Tomb Raider just can't seem to get a lucky break, can it? Rumors, leaks, and now, brace yourself, a partnership that is as woke as it gets. Could this be a recipe for an epic disaster? You bet. So at some event, it was, I think, South by Southwest, but who really cares? Dimitri Johnson spilled the beans about an animated series, and guess what? If you've been keeping it up with your Netflix adaptations, it's basically shaping up to be your run-of-the-mill story about a lesbian action-adventure BFFs. So much for originality. So Tomb Raider is getting a major makeover, and it's straying further from the original than ever before. Like, who cares about staying true to the original source material? Now we got action films, TV shows, and even a partnership with Amazon. Phoebe Waller-Bridge is supposedly directing the movie. Sorry, I mean film. And who knows what's happening with the TV series, but since it's an Amazon partnership, you can bet it'll be a big convoluted mess. And as if that's not enough, Crystal Dynamics is turning the main Tomb Raider series into a trilogy. But with all the rumors and leaks floating around, it's starting to sound more like a dumpster fire than an actual game. I mean, Lara Croft is a mentor to wannabe raiders? Like, give me a break. And don't even get me started on the rumors of her having a lesbian lover who wants her to retire. It's like they're trying to turn Laura into someone's mom instead of being a badass adventurer that we all know and love. It's not giving Tomb Raider, is it? So, according to the rumor mill, it looks like Lara Croft is either retiring or getting replaced by some girl from India. Classic Lara Croft fans, brace yourselves, because it seems like they're about to butcher our beloved heroine. But it's not just about her appearance. No, they've completely rewritten Laura's story, her personality, her backstory, everything we know about her parents, gone. According to this new version of canon, Laura is following in her father's footsteps because, you know, who cares about the character development and backstory, right? In the real Tomb Raider canon, Laura's parents disowned her because she rejected her aristocrat upbringing and chose a life of adventure. But hey, why stick to the original story when you can just rewrite it however you want? It's not like anyone cares about consistency or staying true to the character's roots. So, Crystal Dynamics. Well, it looks like they have hopped on the woke bandwagon and completely changed Laura's character from badass Tomb Raider to artifact protector. And now they're releasing a physical edition of the Lara Croft collection for the Nintendo Switch. Sounds good, right? Well, wrong. Limited Run Games is handling the physical edition, and they're about as woke as it gets. They even fired their community manager for following conservative accounts on Twitter. Can you believe that? And to top it off, the person who reported her was some giant dude in a wig pretending to be a woman, which got her fired. Ridiculous. So you won't catch me supporting anything they do. Not if it means dealing with limited run games. So they are hinting that if these remasters do well, they'll consider doing more. But here's the kicker. Crystal Dynamics isn't handling this. They've actually outsourced it to Aspyr. Now let's talk about the rumored details for the upcoming Tomb Raider game. Some random leaker spilled the beans, and while I'd normally say take this with a grain of salt, these details strangely align with previous leaks. According to this leaker, a natural disaster hits northern India, revealing the ruins and artifacts of ancient Emperor Asoka. Sound familiar? Yeah, because it matches up with what we heard before. But wait, there's more. In this new game, Lara Croft, the supposed expert on everything, had to hire Indian students to help her because, well, she couldn't wrap her head around the Indian culture. Seriously? And now, instead of being the badass Tomb Raider that we all know and love, she's suddenly the protector of artifacts, because that totally makes sense. In this new game, Laura is racing against a society of raiders for powerful relics, but here's a twist. The Society of Raiders is basically a bunch of bad guys who are doing exactly what classic Laura used to do, raiding tombs for the thrill of it. So it looks like the next Tomb Raider game seems to be shifting its focus towards dramatic storytelling and shiny distractions rather than true adventure. They're talking about introducing non-lethal combat options and making Lara into some sort of like Mary Sue goody two-shoe hero. And get this, there's a rumor that the game will have a completely open world structure, similar to games like Far Cry, and personally, I'm not a fan. Tomb Raider is all about adventure, puzzles, and intricate details, not mindlessly roaming around an open world. To make matters worse, they're planning to give Lara companions with their own abilities. Lara Croft is supposed to be a lone adventurer, not part of some team. And do we really need an open world Tomb Raider? Like, I'm not so sure. They're also going to give Lara a motorcycle and introducing MMO elements, which seems unnecessary. And don't even get me started on the villains because they're proposing stereotypical rich men, mob bosses, and whatnot. And if that wasn't enough, Lara will have a skill tree with spells because, well, apparently she's a witch now. And the skill tree in the past trilogy was pretty useless, so why bother? The next Tomb Raider game seems to be jumping on every bandwagon imaginable. They want to be highly customizable and tailored to each player, but honestly that's not what Tomb Raider is about. I mean, do we really need a skill tree for Lara Croft? She's an adventurer, not some sort of RPG character with different classes. And to make matters worse, they're borrowing elements from every successful game out there, from Uncharted to The Last of Us. And get this, they're even talking about giving Lara a girlfriend. I mean, seriously? It's like they're trying to turn her into something that she's not. But here's the kicker. The only reason why they're pushing forward with all these changes is because of their partnership with Amazon. Without that, the game might not even see the light of day. And let's not forget about the budget, because these games cost a fortune to make, and even though they sold reasonably well, they barely broke even. So yeah, I'm not going to hold my breath for the next game to be an overall success. However, at least we have more remasters along the way. So there's that. Overall though, I'm expecting a giant pile of trash. But what else is new? However, that's all I've got for today's video. Let me know your thoughts down in the comments below. And hey, before you go, subscribe to our channel, smash that like button, and ring the bell to be notified for our next video. As always, this is Est, and I'm signing off now, so I'll see you in the next one. Toodles!